Let's hit a good wheelie for you guys. Was that good enough? That was pretty good. Hey, what's up guys, Tommy here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to pull a wheelie on your Enduro e-bike. So I just started wheeling this bad boy a couple weeks ago, and ever since I made a video where I showed myself wheeling, a few people asked how I do a wheelie on this bike, and they wanted me to make an instructional video on it. Lucky for you guys, it's actually very easy, so I think I'm going to break it down into like 4 or 5 steps for you guys, so you guys can kind of learn it over time. So with all that being said, if you haven't already, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, leave a nice comment down below. Most importantly, subscribe so I can continue to make more great videos like this, and let's get right into it. Alright, so before we begin practicing wheelies on this bike, there's a few things that we should know. First off, our rear brake is our savior. If we start to go way too far back, you hit the rear brake and it's going to bring that front wheel right down immediately for you. So always have your hand sort of hovering over the rear brake. I don't really use it that much, but it's sort of become instinct for me at this point to just sort of tap that rear brake when I start to go too far back. So always keep that in the back of your head, and we're going to use this information later. Other than that, I think that's all we really need to know, and we can start wheeling. So step 1.
Now the gators right away, come away, right away, come away.
Alright, so step 1 is very simple. Anybody can do this. It's really just getting that front wheel up. It helps to be on a hill because the hill already sort of angles your bike upwards, meaning you don't have to pop your wheel up so much. So once we get to this uphill slope, we're going to start on that. Alright, so to do this is very simple. You want to be in the highest speed mode. Preferably, you want to have most of your battery. And what we basically want to do is just be kind of going a little bit fast, maybe 20 miles per hour. Go down, full throttle, right? And that front wheel is going to come up. Let's do it again. Go down, full throttle, front wheel is going to come up. It should work every time. The way I like to pop wheelies is, you know, sort of by driving down into my seat. You can see kind of like that. So here's another kind of uphill slope. We're just going to go down into our seat, pop that front wheel up, right? And you're going to practice this a few times until you get good at it. And the front wheel should come up every time. Go ahead and practice that, and then we're going to get on to our next steps.
Now the gators right away, come away, right away, come away.
Alright, so step 2 is attempting to find your balance point, and of course hovering our hand over this rear brake just in case we go too far back. So we can go ahead and tap that and bring our front wheel down. This might take a little bit. This is actually probably one of the harder parts, but once you get over it, the rest is very simple. But yeah, it's really just a confidence thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up, right? And we're just gonna go up higher and higher each time until we sort of find a balance point, right? So, well, now we're here. And of course I found my balance point because I've been doing this, but maybe for you it might be a little bit different. So let's say that's not my balance point. I'm like, okay, so let's go a little bit higher. No, that's too high. Let's tap our rear brake and go back down. Or you don't have to tap your rear brake. You can just let go of the throttle. Usually that's going to bring your bike down, you know, if you're too far back. Rear brake's always there. It's your friend. So practice that step a few times. Find that balance point, and yeah, I think once you find your balance point, shit, what's the next step?
Now the gators right away, come away, right away, come away.
So once we found that balance point, it's a good idea to probably get on a longer road, because what you're going to want to do is try to sort of hold that wheelie for as long as you can. Right here I'm sort of on a main road. Probably don't want to be on a main road for this, but this is just the road that's closest to me currently. Now I'm going to sort of ride down this road and find a point where I have no cars in front or behind me. Obviously we're trying to be safe. You know, don't do this and, you know, try to show off to people. That's how you get killed. So I'm just going to wait till there's nobody behind me. There we go. So we're going to try to do this and hold our wheelie for a little bit longer. Go up, found our balance point. And you see how I held that for a little bit longer than just, you know, getting to my balance point, right? So you're just gonna do that and try to get longer and longer wheelies. Another tip I'd have to give is just to be relaxed. If you're not relaxed, it's going to be a lot harder to pull your wheelie. The risk of crashing is honestly probably larger, if you're not relaxed, you're more tense. So just relax, you know what I mean? It's a lot easier to get your balance point and stay on that balance point when you're just not thinking about it too much. Yeah, basically just practice this and try to get your wheelies longer and longer, as you go. One tip that I'd like to give is just to sort of like feather your throttle, right? So you get up, and when you find your balance point, you're going to be going up and down, and just use that throttle to your advantage, bringing your wheel up and down for yourself. So you can see how I go up. If you look at my wrist, I'm sort of like giving it the Gok 3000. If you're old, you don't get that. But basically what that's doing is it's just sort of correcting my position. If I feel myself go down a little, I give it a little throttle. If I'm going too far back, I don't give it throttle. And that's sort of something you learn over time. It might be a bit difficult to just do that right off the bat in the first place, but eventually you're going to learn how to do that. So I think I'm going to end up, looking at this footage when I get home and try to compile this in a way that best allows you to learn how to wheelie. And hopefully you guys do learn how to wheelie, because it's a really fun thing to do. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few good wheelies for you guys to show you what it looks like. I just pulled the dopest off camera wheelie, but whatever. This one will be better. That was not better. Was that good enough? That was pretty good. Hey, what's up guys, Tommy here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to teach you guys
Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just me attempting to teach you guys how to wheelie. Hopefully I did a good job at it. Again, I just sort of learned how to wheelie, so I'm just teaching you guys the basics because a few people asked. You can sort of build off of this, get better on your own terms. But that's the end of our video for today. If you haven't already, make sure to go ahead, hit that like button, leave a nice comment down below. Most importantly, subscribe so I can continue to make more videos like this. And I will see you guys soon in the next one.